Good morning, children. See, in the last class, I told you that regarding the price and output determination under monopolistic competition, we shall just go to the graph directly. See, a monopolistic competition is a market situation where there are more number of buyers, more number of sellers. They sell differentiated products. Okay, the selling cost, advertisement cost is on the very high side. Each product is priced at a different rate. Okay, the independent, the firm only will decide the prices. So, pricing policy is independent. So, but equilibrium price, what is the equilibrium price and equilibrium output is determined only based on the MR and MC. So, under a monopolistic competition, the demand curve will always be a downward sloping curve. You can look into this diagram. Here, AR is nothing but the demand curve. If a monopolist wants to sell more number of units, he has to reduce the price of the product. That is the reason why the AR curve is a downward sloping curve. This is during the short run, what is the equilibrium amount of quantity and price that is being sold by a monopolist, and what is the total amount of profit that a monopolistic firm will enjoy during the short run. Okay, this is short-term equilibrium. Now, there are two conditions. I'll not say conditions. Under a monopolistic firm, the demand curve is a downward sloping curve because there are very close substitutes. Okay, example, what did I give you? I gave you the example of shampoos, and the demand curve is quite fairly elastic demand curve. That is the reason it is quite flatter. The demand curve is a flatter curve. Now, when the AR curve is sloping downwards, the MR curve also will slope downwards. You could see this dotted line sloping downwards. As usual, we are taking average revenue, average cost, marginal revenue, marginal cost in the y-axis because we are drawing all these four in the graph. And in the x-axis, we are taking quantity in the x-axis, quantity or otherwise the output. Now, after drawing the AR curve and MR curve, we need to draw the AC curve and MC curve. Always cost curves are U-shaped curves. So, first draw the AC curve. This red color curve is the AC curve. Now, just mark the minimum point of AC and then draw the MC curve. MC curve is also a U-shaped curve. The relationship between AC and MC is what? At the minimum point of AC, the MC curve will cut from below. This is the relationship between AC and MC. Now, if you see this dotted blue color line, it will show the short run marginal cost curve. Now, it is cutting the AC curve from below at AC's minimum point. After drawing this, we need to mark the equilibrium during the short run. Equilibrium, when at which point is the equilibrium attained? At the point where MR is equal to MC. Now, this is MR line. This dotted line is MR line. This dotted curve is MC curve. These both intersect at which point? At point E. Mark that point E. Just drop this line down. Let it touch x-axis. Mark the quantity M. And just if you extend this equilibrium line, it will touch the AR curve, otherwise price line at Q. Now, according to this graph, QM is nothing but AR. AR is nothing but selling price of the product. Now, just see where this QM is touching the AC curve, that is this brown color curve. Now, this QM line touch the average cost curve at point E. At point R. Mark the point R. Now, when you see QM is nothing but PO or OP. It can be anything. Okay, because opposite sides of a rectangle. Just extend this Q. Let it touch the y-axis at P. Okay. Now, when you see, it is almost of the shape of a rectangle. PQMO or OMQP. Anything you can take it in any way. Now, when you see, the total revenue is nothing but, what is the price? AR is what? OP. AR is otherwise the price of the commodity. Otherwise, you can call it a selling price of the commodity. So, selling price is OP. Price into quantity sold is OM. When you multiply length into breadth, you get the area of the rectangle. What is the area of the rectangle here? PQMO. This whole area, you get it. Now, let us see what is the cost. Cost of production. Cost of production, we arrive at the point where when R is just extended to touch the y-axis, it touches at S point. Now, when you see, this amount is cost. RM is nothing but average cost. Average cost means what? Cost of producing 1 unit of commodity. RM is what? Sorry children. AR is what? Average revenue by selling 1 unit of commodity. Now QM is average revenue, that is selling price. RM is nothing but cost price. Selling price minus cost price is what? Profit. This RQ is nothing but profit per unit. Now just see, let us find the total cost then. Total cost is number of units is OM. What is the cost per unit? RM. OM into RM, you get this area, this smaller rectangle, that is SRMO. You get this rectangle. This rectangle area is nothing but total cost. Total revenue minus total cost, you get this shaded portion profit. This is the amount of profit that a firm earns in the short run under a monopolistic competition. Okay. Now coming to the long run. This is with respect to profit. Here, what will be the loss? The same diagram, AR is drawn, MR is drawn. Now, in this previous case, there are firms who earn profit. In that case, the average cost curve will be below the average revenue curve. But there are firms who incur loss also. In such a situation, you have to draw this AC curve above this AR curve. Please understand children, everything will be the same. X-axis you take quantity, Y-axis you take average revenue, average cost, marginal revenue and marginal cost. But since the firm sustains loss, we need to find what is the total amount of loss. So where you have to draw the AC curve? AC curve will be above the AR curve. That is, selling price will be lesser than the cost price. This is cost price. Cost price of 1 unit of commodity. So after drawing the AR curve, draw the MR curve. MR curve, the dotted line, which will be below the AR curve. Now draw the AC curve. Draw the AC curve above the average revenue curve. So draw it, mark the minimum point of AC. From below, draw the MC. Let it cut the AC curve from below at its minimum point. As usual, mark the equilibrium point. Where is equilibrium marked? At the point of intersection of MR and MC. When this is MR curve and this dotted line is MC curve. Just mark this point. This point will be E, that is equilibrium point. Just mark it, extend this down. It will intersect x-axis at some point, mark it as M. Extend this equilibrium line so that it touches the AR curve and AC curve. Now here, since average cost is higher, okay, average cost is nothing but LM. Extend this, let it touch the y-axis at K. Average revenue is nothing but QM. That is selling price of 1 unit of product. It is QM. Extend this and let it touch at P. Now, the total cost is nothing but OM into ML. This is the cost line. Into ML. You will get the bigger rectangle, that is OMLK. You will get this rectangle. Now, let us find what is the average, total revenue. Total revenue is nothing but price into quantity of output sold. Quantity of output sold is OM. Average revenue is what? MQ. Okay, MQ is average revenue. When you multiply these both, length into breadth, you get this rectangle, area of this rectangle, that is OMQP. Average cost, total cost minus total revenue, you get this portion which is nothing but loss that is incurred. You can mark it as loss. This is the total amount of loss that is incurred by the firm under monopolistic competition during the short run. Okay, now let us go to the long run equilibrium of the firm and how the equilibrium is attained in the long run. In the textbook, the diagram is wrongly given. So I have just given you a diagram which I shall just draw neatly and post it in the group. As usual, you take in the x-axis quantity and in the y-axis you take average revenue, average cost, marginal revenue and marginal cost. Now draw the AR curve. AR curve is nothing but the demand curve or the price line. Below the AR curve you can draw the MR curve. Now we need to, in the long run, it is understood that the average in the long run, it is said that average revenue curve, average cost curve and the marginal cost curve, everything intersects at one point. In the long run, there will be more number of firms that enter into the industry. Few firms will exit the industry. As a result of that, the firms will enjoy only normal profits. The firms will enjoy how much? Only normal profits they will enjoy. So, the average cost curve, that is LAC, is nothing but long run average cost curve. It will be a line in such a way, okay, that it intersects the average, AC curve at some point. It will intersect the AC curve at some, see that you draw, the minimum point will be a different point, okay, because the firms will not be working under the minimum cost conditions. So, draw a line in such a way that it touches the AR. Okay, now you draw the MC curve also. MC curve, mark the minimum point of AC and then you draw the MC curve so that MC will cut AC at its minimum point. Mark this and you can draw like that. Now find equilibrium. At the equilibrium point, the MR, this is MR and this is MC, will cut at the equilibrium point. Just mark the equilibrium, drop it down, let it intersect at M. Let it touch the x-axis at point M. Now OM will be the equilibrium level of output of a firm in the long run. Okay, in the of a firm under monopolistic competition, particularly in the long run. Now, just extend this point and let it touch the y-axis at P. Now, at this particular point, the average cost, this is the average cost it is touching, average revenue and average cost will be the same. Okay, but it is not the minimum cost condition. The minimum cost is obtained at this particular point where the firm has to produce, only if the firm is producing OF amount of output, the cost will be minimum. The minimum is at the point where the MC is cutting the AC. So they are only, if the firm is working at optimum, means it has to produce OF units of output. But the firms under monopolistic competition do not produce optimum at optimum level. They produce less than optimum level. So they will be producing how much? Only MOM amount of commodity, which is less than the optimum level of amount. Optimum level of capacity means what? Producing more units at lesser cost. So, producing OF amount of commodity at a lesser cost than the previous year. If you see the cost curve, still it is going downwards only, the AC curve. It means that if the firms are producing more units, they will be able to produce it at lesser cost. That is what this implies. Now, when you see here, the total revenue, when you wanted to find out, total revenue is what? Average revenue into quantity of output sold out. Average revenue is what? MQ is average revenue. Output is what? OM is the unit of output. So you get the rectangle OMQP or PQMO. Now let us find average cost. Average cost is also the same point. QM is again the average cost, which means no profit, no loss point. All the firms are earning very normal profit in the long run. So when you find the total cost again, average cost into units or number of quantity that is produced. Quantity produced is OM. Average cost is MQ. So when you multiply this again, you will get PQMO only, which means TR minus TZ is equal to 0. That is what it implies. So a firm in the long run under a monopolistic competition will earn very normal profit. Okay, if you just look into this comparative diagram or comparative chart, you'll be able to understand a firm in the long run. What is the equilibrium amount of output, okay, and what is the amount of profit that is being earned in the long run by under a monopoly. See, abnormal profit will be there in the short run. Normal profit will be there in the long run. A small recap we shall have here, children. The number of producers in the perfect competition will be innumerable. And monopoly, there is only one producer. But whereas in a monopolistic competition, there are more number of producers. When you see the nature of product, in a perfect competition, they sell homogeneous products. That is, each product is a substitute for itself. Next, in a monopoly, the product is unique, there is no close substitute. Whereas in a monopolistic competition, they sell differentiated products. Each product is a substitute for the next product. Next, when you see the control over the price. Here they are the price takers. Perfect competitors are price takers. They are not the price deciders or makers. Whereas in a monopoly, they are price makers. They only decide the price of the product. They only decide the quantity that has to be supplied. And demand is, of course, decided by the buyers. Here, some control depending on the brand's loyalty. There are certain brands, okay, which will definitely be high price. Even if it is high price, people are ready to buy. Next is entry and exit of the firms. There is free entry and exit. Here there is barrier, whereas here there is free entry and exit. Regarding profit during the short run, it is abnormal profit. Long run, normal profit. The same is the condition here under monopolistic competition. Abnormal profit in short run, normal profit in the long run. Whereas under monopoly, they enjoy monopoly profit. There is no other competitor to enjoy or to share the profit. And next, market knowledge. Here, under perfect competition, every buyer and seller has complete knowledge, whereas here also they have complete knowledge. But under a monopolistic competition, not all people are completely aware of the brands that are available. See, here I can give you the example. If I ask you to say, well, tell me all the brands of shampoos that are available in the market, will you be able to say? 100% we will not be able to say. We have only partial knowledge about the market. Next is AR curve. The average revenue curve, it is a parallel curve to the x-axis, which implies elasticity is perfect. It is perfectly elastic demand curve, whereas here it is fairly flatter, more elastic. But whereas under a monopolistic, it is highly inelastic. That it is just look at this curve, it is still more flatter. When you look at a monopoly, it will be like this. Okay, it will be a little steep than this, which shows the elasticity. Again, quantity. More number of quantity of output is being sold. Here, less compared to the perfect competition. Here, substantially okay, fine. Under the price is uniform and price is less also. But whereas under monopoly, price is very, very high. Whereas under monopolistic competition, the price is moderate and it varies also. Last, market power. Market power is absolutely nil. Here it is the monopoly person, he takes absolute control over the market, whereas under a monopolistic competition they have limited control. The brand leaders, they have good control over the market, but the non-brand leaders, they are unable to take the control over the market. With this, we are finishing the chapter. I want you to mark all the answers. Okay, objectives you have to mark looking at the answers given here. Okay, and regarding the Q&A, I think you can follow the the materials that is given. In the next class, we shall go to the next topic, distribution analysis. I want you to keep revising for your exams also. Thank you, children. Have a good day. Bye.